during my last video with the 3-footed bowl, I did promise to do a quick follow-up on some of the carbide tools I've been using to carve the feet. I'm going to show you those, but also going to just show perhaps an odd one that I used on my 4-footed bowl, which was a previous turning. One of the main things you saw me using for carving away between the feet was this red thing on a small angle grinder. And this is a SaburrTooth burr. The metal has little tiny carbide teeth, so this is really quite aggressive. Resists clogging up, moves a lot of wood, whether it's wet or dry, it does it very quickly. I also have a yellow one here, which is a lot finer, but also can be used as a cutting disc, whereas this, you can see, is thicker and more of a grinder. As well as the carbide tools, I actually used on my 4-footed bowl, I didn't use this on the 3. This is a cutting disc that's kind of like the teeth of a chainsaw, and really is very fast for, again, removing a lot of wood very quickly, whether you're using it straight on as a cutting motion or across a surface as well. One of the viewers to the video who passed a comment was actually asking, I'll put a link to the gentleman just here, he was asking about chainsaws. He's, kind of in jest was saying, you could do with a mini chainsaw. Well, actually, they do a chainsaw version of this, and it's literally a chainsaw blade wrapped around a disc which goes onto the saw, and boy, those things can really shift some wood. All of these things, by the way, I'm going to show you. I shall put links to, not to a sales site, I'm not interested in the actual sales of them, but I'll put the manufacturer's sites up, or some information, so that you can see them for yourselves. So these are the Carbide Burrs on a mini. This is a 2-inch or 50mm angle grinder. This particular one is a Proxxon model, so the Proxxon Long Neck. Again, Arbortech and other brands are available. And these are also available in a 4-inch 100mm version, so you could use them on a standard angle grinder. That would frighten the hell out of me using one of these, because they really are aggressive. Now, at the same time as these larger ones, these discs, I used these Carbide Burrs as well. These are 1/8 inch or 3mm for my Rotary tool, which is a Dremel. I wasn't using the main Dremel handset. I tend to use the bendy thing. I find it a lot easier. So I was using these carbide tools, and these particular ones come in a variety of different colours, and different colours represent different grits. I have a coarse, and I don't know if it's a medium or a fine, and to be honest, I don't see a lot of difference in them. I think if I was to buy again, I would only buy one, probably the medium one, of any particular style of grit, but they do come in lots of different shapes. Again, I shall link these so that you can see the different shapes and different utilities of those. And another product you saw, which I'm going to demonstrate in a second, is this particular thing that I have on the Dremel at the moment. This is from a company called Dura-Grit. Now, whereas these have carbide teeth, this is embedded with sort of carbide grits, a bit like diamond grits, but this is carbide, very hard. The beauty of this thing is it's designed as a sander, so you can work across a surface sanding in this motion. In fact, let me put some safety glasses on and I shall just demonstrate that for a second. Here comes the noise. So we can work on the surface and literally sand away. I'm sure you can see the muck that's coming off there. It's not rapid, but it's a lovely finish. God, I should have had a respirator on as well. But one of the big things about this, so that you can see, hold it under the video there, this is hollow, and it has the grit around the end as well, so you can actually go straight into or along and cut into your piece of wood. I'm just going to hold my breath and do this one. So I can literally, I think you can see that, go straight in there and cut a hole straight in, and with the softer wood you can do a lot more, and I can carve along the surface like this. This is horrible wood for demonstrating that, but it's done the job. So you can literally carve along and into the surface. It's not just sanding. I used it around the feet of the 3-footed bowl to carve around, remove quite a lot of wood before I then went on to do some sanding. That's really a very quick look at these. So this was Dura-Grit, and they again do many different types of end for a rotary tool, but they also do discs to go on angle grinders as well at different sizes. Lovely products. None of these unfortunately are cheap, which is why I only have a few of them, but they really are great little things and worth using if you do that sort of work. And just very quickly as well is this little thing. Well, as you can see, it's just a scruffy little piece of plywood that I've drilled some holes in, and this is wonderful for keeping all your little burrs in. And I have a nasty habit of knocking these over, so I'll put them in there, and on the back I've shoved 2 magnets, so when I'm working on the lathe that will sit on the bedways, and though it's not firmly attached, it does resist being knocked off. I've knocked them off a few times in the past, so this is my little solution. And just things that I work with regularly, I keep them in there and then actually store them away on the top of my bandsaw, just because it's a convenient place for me when I'm not using them. So that was a really quick look at the burrs, Carbide Burrs and the Dura-Grits, and a few other bits and pieces there. Just a very quick, very big thank you for all the feedback on the 3-footed bowl. It really was a pleasure to have all the remarks and comments, which perhaps more than I normally get, so thank you very much. And I hope it won't be long before I get the next video up there for you. So once again, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting. Please like and subscribe anything you see of mine, and we'll see you in the future. Thanks now.